rolling. We rolling. All right, guys and girls, we're gonna talk about it. Your elbows and knees ache, hurt, pain you for these few reasons that I'm gonna talk about in today's live stream really quickly. All right, so we know that if your form is fucked up, that's one indicator. We know that if you don't warm up, that's another indicator. But I'm also gonna be talking about some other things that you may not be paying attention to that probably is contributing to why your elbows and knees and or wrists or joints in general hurt when you lift, hurt when you walk around, and hurt just in general. All right, so I'm gonna pin the chat convo title over here on Instagram, and then we're gonna dive right on into it. And I want you guys and girls to ask questions. Don't be a sitting duck. Trish, I see you. What's up? Don't be a sitting duck. Don't be afraid to ask questions, as I will answer them. Right? That's the whole point of being live and like not watching the replay, right? So, the very first thing, guys and girls, that I want to bring up when it comes to the reason why your elbows, knees, wrists, joints in general is hurting you. We already talked about it briefly at the start of the live stream, is the fact that you're not stretching. Okay? Just to get that out the way, we know that if you stretch, you're more likely to feel better in your body, lift safer, and have better form. Okay? Another thing I want to bring up to you is the fact that, okay, well, if you're not stretching, it's not likely that you have good form. Right? So if you're not stretching, you're not using your body's full, we'll say about like your full range of motion, right? Your biomechanical range of motion, like your ability to stretch and contract and do all of those things, extend, contract, all those things. Like if you're not stretching, it's going to be very hard for you to reach the max capacity of that. Like it's going to be difficult for you to reach the full level of flexibility that is required to have good form. Okay, so we know that already. But another thing that I want to bring up that honestly, and I know this, if you're not a lifter or anything like that, if you're not a bodybuilder, if you're not a powerlifter, one thing that I know that you're not focusing on or thinking about is equipment, gym equipment. If you are like a regular gym goer and you just, you go there, you're trying to lose 10 pounds, 15 pounds, whatever it is, you don't always go to the gym. You don't always you're not like the number one gym rat, right? Like let's just say that. I wouldn't expect you to know what I'm about to talk about right now, which is why I'm bringing it to your attention, guys and girls. So I appreciate you for joining. Thank you so much for giving me your time of day to honestly give you some of these secrets and at least let you know some of the things that you're doing or not doing that's making your joints hurt while you train or just in general. All right, and hey, I see you. Don't be afraid to drop comments or questions. I will get to them at the end of the live stream as usual. You know what's up. All right, so when I talk about equipment, what am I talking about? Okay, so if you're a seasoned, gym vet or whatever, intermediate, or you go to the gym a lot and, you know what I'm talking about, cool. But this is for those people that actually don't know or don't have a solid idea as to what I'm talking about when it comes to gym equipment or what gym equipment even is. All right, so what I'm about to tell you, you might want to write down, especially if you're new to the gym. What's up, dog? I see you. All right, so if you don't own a pair of wrist wraps, okay, it's likely that when you do lift, again, assuming that your body isn't prepared for it, it's likely that when you do lift, you're going to get some pain in your wrist. So what do you do to allow yourself not to feel that pain? Well, aside from, doing proper stretches and making sure that you're warmed up, buy wraps, wrist wraps, okay? Wrist wraps that go around your wrist, you throw them on, and it helps keep your wrist upright so that if you're doing any pressing motion for shoulders, for chest, it has somewhat of a cushion to flex back on so that it's not all the way flexing back and completely giving away to the resistance because you don't have wrist wraps. So get yourself a pair of wrist wraps. Write that down. If you're new to the gym and your wrist is always hurting you after you train shoulders or chest, it's time to get yourself some wrist wraps. And even if you're not new to the gym and you still feel the pain of when you're increasing your weight, the pain is in your wrist, use wrist wraps. There's no shame in that. I myself, to this day, use wrist wraps. And that's simply because I've got small wrists, right? That's just how my bone structure is. So when I start to push heavier and heavier for weight, my hand there just aren't enough ligaments there to make it upright completely. It always bends a little bit. So I put that wrist wrap there, and it helps. All right, so wrist wraps is the first thing you want if your wrist is always fucking aching you and giving you pain during the gym or after the gym, especially with pressing movements like shoulder movements, chest movements, things of that sort. Another thing is straps. Well, this one is honestly, I would say, on an average, like if I were to talk about the new gym goer, the person that just goes to the gym, like just starting, I actually wouldn't recommend this. But if you're willing to take it seriously and take it to the next level, and you've been showing up to the gym, I recommend also getting some straps, some wrist straps, right? So wrist straps, they're like wrist wraps, except they have a cloth attachment or whatever material it is, and you can use that to wrap around the bar or the grip to help with your contraction. And it helps with your contraction by interfering with your forearm and allowing your forearms not to take a lot of a load so that you can actually get more reps out of it. And it's pretty much ideal for back workouts, pretty much ideal for like deadlifts, anything where you're actually pulling, it's really, really good for, right? So if you want to take your back days to the next level and you're tired of your wrist always hurting, or at least your grip giving out and your fingers hurting and cramping, get yourself some wrist straps. All right? Some wrist straps. Write that down if you don't have them already. Okay? Also, last but not least, this one is one that I actually believe everyone should get, regardless of whatever level that you're in. I mean, if you're already an advanced gym goer, or if you're like, if you train consistently, you should already have the things I'm talking about. And if you don't, you're awaiting injury. And the only reason why I say that is because it's better to keep your joints warm throughout your workout, because the warmer the joints, the less likely the injury. All right, so wrist wraps, wrist straps for your grip strength, for your fingers when they cramp. Also, if you don't want like disgusting calluses like me, I personally don't care. Like I like my calluses and I'm proud of them. But if you don't want them, you don't have to have them, right? Wrist straps will help with that. Of course, gloves. Gloves are for bitch. I'm just joking. They're not. I'm not going to tease anyone that decides to wear gloves. But you could wear gloves if you don't want to get the calluses, right? So the last thing I want to bring to you guys and girls that I would recommend to each and every single gym goer of all types is sleeves, both elbow sleeves and knee sleeves. You can buy these on any powerlifting website. You can buy them at any, honestly, even in supplement stores, they sell them. Ask for elbow sleeves, right? So you put them on. It's simple. It's I don't even have to explain it. It's a sleeve for your elbow. You put it on. I'm sure you've seen people wear it. That is like, if not one of the most important like pieces of equipment for me. Not just for my elbows, but like knee sleeves. Like for me now, I'm not using knee sleeves. I'm using knee wraps. So I wrap around my knee. Whenever I'm using any weight that is just heavier than my lightest set. Like even if it's not super heavy for me, like I'll still wrap it up to keep my joints protected, to keep them warm. And as I said earlier, the warmer the joints, the less likely you're gonna be injured. So same thing applies with your elbow sleeves. I leave my elbow sleeves on for almost the whole workout when I'm doing chest or shoulders. Once I get to the point where I press heavy, I leave them on from that point on as I complete the rest of my workout, because I understand that having warmer joints leads to like not having injuries and not feeling that pain in my elbows after a workout or even during the workout. Same with my wrist. When I put my wrist wraps on, I leave them on for like the whole entire workout. Right? Keep the joint warm. Keep it warm at least while you're using it, and just watch, wait and see how it's going to affect you during the workout and after the workout. You should feel a whole lot better if you actually implement these things. Because I myself used to have a lot of fucking wrist pain, a lot of fucking elbow pain, and a shit ton of knee pain until I literally got some elbow sleeves, wrist wraps, and knee wraps. You can use knee wraps, knee sleeves, whatever you prefer. I like to prefer knee wraps because my legs are growing fast, so I don't want to get one size and have to always size up. My arms take forever to grow, so I'm cooling with the the elbow sleeves there. All right, so note those things down if you don't already have them. All right, but if you thought that this was going to be the end of the live stream, you're sadly mistaken, because there are also another couple of things that I want to bring up to your attention. If your joints are hurting you, like your elbows, your knees, your wrists, your ankles, even if your joints ache you, and I'm talking about outside of the gym, because we just talked about what you should be doing in the gym, the equipment that you should be using to keep your joints warm, safe, and injury free. let's talk about your actual body composition. Okay, like let's say you didn't feel this way your whole entire life. All right, or even if you did feel this way your whole entire life, where you're just aching all the time, like you're just always in pain, bending down, standing up, walking, sitting, anything. It's likely, it's highly likely actually, that the reason why you're always in pain in your body is because you're actually at a weight where your body cannot tolerate moving you around, right? And this doesn't only mean fat. This could also be muscle for bodybuilders, right? But we'll get to another point later on in the live stream talking about that. But I'm speaking to the people that are carrying a whole lot of fat on their frame. The reason why sitting down and standing up hurts and cracks your joints, like you literally hear the cracking and popping, aside from being out of breath, is because you are not at a healthy weight that your body can tolerate. And that's taxing your joints as well as your heart, as well as your lungs, so on and so forth. Right? So the reason why your elbows, your wrists, your ankles even, and your knees are paining you is because you're honestly too heavy for yourself. Like your bone structure is your bone structure. You can put as much tissue as you'd like onto it, whether it's fat or muscle, but your bones are only rated to carry so much. You only grew that tall. Your bones are only that dense, right? So if you continue to grow and grow and grow, regardless of if it's fat or muscle, that additional strain of weight your body has to carry around will be taxing your bones and your joints, and it's likely that you're not at a healthy weight your body can tolerate if you are in pain just walking around, if you are in pain sitting down and standing up, if you are in pain just moving your shoulders or anything like that. All right, so I want you to take that into consideration. Okay. Also, I want to talk about physio really quickly, physio and chiro, because again, this is like something that not a lot of people talk about or even consider, and this is like one of the most fucking important things if you experience joint pain day to day. Simply because not only will they give you stretches and movements that are like personalized for you specifically and your biomechanical range of motion and your movement that will actually help you get better with your joint pain. But I honestly personally think that athlete or not, it's crucial that you make sure your body is functioning the way that it should without pain. And going to a physiotherapist or chiropractor, like that's your due diligence to make sure that you actually can, live your life pain free or as pain free as possible. Which brings me back to what I was talking about earlier. It doesn't matter if you are 200, say whatever, say you're 5'7", 280 pounds of muscle or 280 pounds of fat. That's going to tax your body. It's going to tax your joints. It's going to tax your lungs, your heart, your liver, everything, right? In its own different way. But we're speaking specifically about bones, your elbows, your knees, your joints essentially, right? That weight is still that weight. And letting it, just stay on your frame is additional tension, it's additional stress. So it's likely that you're going to feel pain because your body is at a weight or carrying a weight that you cannot tolerate, which is why it hurts to sit, hurts to stand. But the difference is with the bodybuilders that are at 260, 70, 80 pounds at, whatever height that they're at, the really, really heavy bodybuilders, the reason why they are able to live as pain-free as possible is because they implement what I just brought up to you. The fact that therapy exists, physiotherapy, chiropractor, and they get their deep tissue massages, they get their check-ins, they do their chiro adjustments, things of that sort. And that's why even at that weight, they are able to make sure that they can live their life and move their body, even though it's at that like high weight. Whereas the people that carry a lot of fat that aren't that honestly aren't really as healthy as a bodybuilder, even though bodybuilding in its own way is unhealthy, they don't have that ease with moving their body around simply because their range of motion is more limited because fat does take up more volume than muscle, right, in terms of space. And on top of that, guys and girls, what else? They typically don't go to physiotherapy, or at least they wouldn't go as much as a 280-pound muscle-bound bodybuilder would go, which is why it sucks more, or at least it's harder for them to move around at such a heavy weight, right? Because they're not doing the due diligence to make sure that their joints are in line, that they're doing their chiropractor adjustments, they're doing all these other things, right? So there's a lot that goes behind it, right? There's a lot that goes behind it, but it's very simple to keep up with. You just have to be aware of it, right? So that's pretty much the bulk of what I want to talk about. But the last thing that I want to bring up before I go is get your supplements in line. Okay, guys and girls, get your supplements in line. What am I talking about? Well, we can talk about other supplements like creatine and all these other glutamine, all these beautiful supplements that I love. But I want to talk to you guys and girls specifically today about the number one supplement that I use for myself and my best clients to help with their joint pains, or at least to be preventative as opposed to be reactive, because you want to be preventative. You don't want to wait till something like snaps, or you don't want to wait till something like you don't want to wait till you get injured until your joint's actually in pain to do something about it, which is why I recommended physio. But the number one supplement that I would recommend to you guys and girls, if you suffer with elbow pain, shoulder pain, ankle pain, knee pain, any kind of joint pain, is take your fucking fish oils. Omega 3s, yes. Take your fish oils. Eat them too, right? Maybe you want to incorporate some more fish into your diet. I think the easiest thing to do that everyone can do is take fish oils. Fish oils have been known to help with not only brain function and your cognitive abilities, but with joint pain. Literally, take your fish oils. Don't care who you are, where you are, take your fish oils and watch your body be able to tolerate what was not tolerable. Like fish oils is actually like magic. Not like you can't just eat fish oils and like never have pain again. It's not a painkiller, but it definitely helps with keeping your joints in line. Hey, what's up, Pete? I see you, bro. All right, keeping your joints in line and keeping you safe and more on the preventative side as opposed to the reactive side, instead of waiting for something to go on or wrong, right? So again, being on the preventative side looks like buying the gym equipment, the wraps, the straps, you know, everything that you need, elbow sleeves, knee sleeves or knee wraps, all the equipment that you need, gloves if you even want it, right? To keep your hands, nice and soft like a baby's ass. Me, I don't care. I don't use gloves. But that's part of being preventative. Physio, chiro, part of being preventative. Instead of waiting to actually need physio and chiro, do it in advance to keep your body in line as safe as possible so you don't actually ever have to get to that point where you actually need it, right? It's better to be preventative than to be reactive. Okay, also, being at a weight that your body cannot tolerate, lose that weight. Because aside from your joint pain, there are other health issues that can come with that, right? So drop the weight down and give your body a break. Lose the fat that's literally weighing you down on your bones and making it difficult just to sit, to stand, to walk, to do anything, all right? And last but not least, I want you to take your fucking fish oils, for the love of God. Please take your fish oils, guys and girls. That's actually going to help you so much with your joints. All right? That's it. That's all. I'm going to read through some of the comments here on IG and TikTok. All right? I see you. I see you. Friends like noted. Bianca, what's good? She's like, hey, calluses are battle scars. Wear them proudly. I wear my calluses proudly. You know this. Bianca says, when you say warm, I assume you're just talking about temperature, right? Just making sure. Yes. Temperature. Keep them warm. Literally warm. Like, if you can't even, train with the sweater on and have your sleeves on. The warmer the joint, the safer the lift. All right? She says, because if so, I agree. An increase in bodily temperature causes your blood vessels to open up. That releases excess heat and causes the blood to rush to that place. And again, that's literally what it is. It's not only that, but your cartilage too. It's going to be more rigid if it's colder. If it's warmer, your cartilage is going to be more malleable, flexible. You're going to hear less cracking and popping because you're warm. You know what I mean? Arsh, what's good? I see you. Bianca says, and that's always a bad thing. More blood flow means more oxygen, vitamins, minerals going to the places that they need to go, which helps with a lot of things. Understood. 100%. Yes, it's a part of the pump. It's a part of the pump. You got it, girl. She says, outside of the tension sleeves, wouldn't a collagen supplement help with that too? Yeah, it would help. It would help quite a bit, but I personally believe, and I would personally rank fish oils above collagens. And the reason why is because, I mean, not any particular reason, but it's a lot more affordable for people to just get fish oils than to get fish oil and collagen. Like, these supplements actually do kind of get expensive down the road. So I want to give you guys and girls the best supplement that I would recommend that you should just get to help specifically with your joint pain, right? But collagen is definitely something else that I would throw in the mix there if that person was willing to commit to actually going full in and actually buying their supplements for, just in general health, not just their joints, right? Hey, Sheldon, my thumb hurts. Stop playing Thumb Wars, bro. Dahir, what's good? I see you. Bianca says, true, oils help lubricate your joints, and of course, it helps your brain as well. Yes, your brain is made of fat. We know this. Hell yeah. And certain kinds of fats can help it function more efficiently. Absolutely. Would krill oil do the same as fish oil? I believe, and the rumor in the fitness industry is that krill oil is like better than fish oil, but again, it's more expensive, right? So whether or not it actually has a better effect, I'm not too sure, but I do know that it's more expensive. So fish oil is your way to go if you're just beginning. All right, I'm just gonna scan through here on TikTok. My name is Matt. If you didn't know that already, thank you. Hey, most wanted, I see you. What do you do with the? I don't know. What the hell, Jordan? I appreciate the follow. Harish, I appreciate the follow. I appreciate you. Arlene, I appreciate the follow. Cody, hey, what's up? All right, all right. I see you. Harrison, Liam, I appreciate the follow, man. Um, what's on here? Sheldon says, I hyperextended my thumb, have a cast, and can't hit upper body movements for about a week. Fuck, that's rough, bro. He says leg day every day. You're crazy, man. You can just false script the fuck out of that. Honestly, I would do that. I'm just joking. Don't do that. Listen to your doctor. Don't fuck up your thumb, more than it already is. I appreciate the likes, girl. I appreciate the likes. Jossie, what's good? Leg day every day. Bianca says, hope you're having a great day. I hope you're having an awesome day too, Bianca. I had a killer leg day, a killer posing session, and to be quite honest with you, I'm kind of burnt out. I'm kind of tired, but I still have 1 hour of cardio to go before I go to bed tonight. So, you know what it is. We gotta suffer if we want to win, at least in bodybuilding. Shit. Oh shit. You know what it is, people. Hope you have yourselves a wonderful Thursday. I will be back again tomorrow with another live stream, as we do 5 live streams a week. You already know this, Monday to Friday. I'm bringing up another topic that you guys and girls should be interested in if you give a shit about your health, wellness, and your body. You know what I'm saying? Tough business. You know what it is. Yeah, this fucking this shit is not easy. I wouldn't do it if it was easy though. I don't like easy shit. I fucking hate it. All right. So you know what it is, people. I'm gonna go out, eat, drink a liter of water, and actually take a nap because I'm fucking dying. And I got another 14 pounds to lose in like 3 months. So yeah, let's get it. I'm gonna keep you guys and girls tuned in into my journey. See you tomorrow, Bianca. Thank you for always showing up. You know what it is. We are out. Instagram. Cheers. Later, TikTok. I appreciate each and every single one of you. We out. Let's go, Facebook. We out the cut. YouTube. See you tomorrow.